Alright, what's going on, guys? That is my phone. Anyway, it's RelentlessAnimated here. Today we're going to be playing Risk of Rain 2. So, I'm actually going to make this a series on my channel, hopefully. So this will be the first episode of many. So yeah, this game came out fairly recently. And it's in early access at the moment. And this game's fucking great. Like, this game is amazing. Okay, anyway, I'm going to keep getting distracted about this whole video, I can tell. Anyway, yeah, so this game came out really recently, and let me actually bring that down a little bit. Okay, it's made by Hopu Games, which have made, you know, various small indie type games over the last couple years, I want to say. I'm not too sure actually. And I'm not going to go into too much about what this game is because you're going to see it here. Anyway, so. Just to note, when you start off, you only have this character, the commander. It's the only one you have. We're not going to be playing him for two reasons. One, because anyone who picks up the game will see what he does anyway. Two, I'm terrible with him. And I'm obsessed with this fucking character. So, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to throw out there. So to unlock this character, the Huntress, like I said, you don't start with any of these. So, multi, engineer, mercenary, and this one who I still don't have. Which I do know how to get, I just can't yet. They all need to get unlocked, whereas you just start straight out with the commando. So to unlock the Huntress, you need to get to the third teleporter event, or you need to complete the third teleporter event without dying, which is easy for two reasons. God, this game is actually really loud. Okay, it's easy for two reasons. The first reason it's really easy is because the third teleport event isn't that hard to get to, especially if you just go into drizzle difficulty. It's quite easy. And secondly, if you're playing single player, which we are here, and eventually in the future I might do some co-op runs with other people, we'll see. But if you're doing single player, then, you know, if you die, you won't get to the third teleport event. So it's like, you know, you don't run the risk of like, oh, what if I die on my way there? Because if you die, you'll have to start again anyway, which is probably for the best, because then you can get different items. But anyway, so we're going to be playing on, we play on Rainstorm or Monsoon? I'm going to play Monsoon. We're going to try it. I'm not fully comfortable with Monsoon yet. I'm fine with Rainstorm. I'm not fully comfortable with Monsoon, but if we can get the ball rolling, we should be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna jump in. I'm just gonna talk about kind of what I'm doing, what I'm looking for. So starting in Distant Roost, one of two areas that you can start in. Obviously we start with 15 gold. I just want to point out, in the top left where my gold is, the currency below that is Lunar coins. You don't lose those from dying, but in one of the future episodes I'll go over what they are. Also, if you guys want me to, okay, let's see what we got here. So we've got sticky grenades, bundle of fireworks, and a recharging shield. Might go for bundle of fireworks first. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see. So yeah, if you guys want me to make a new save to talk about all these things, let me know, because it's not that hard to do. You don't have to like buy a whole nother copy of the game. You just make a different profile, which is in the main menu. Yeah, if you guys want me to make a fresh save to show you guys like building, I might just do that anyway. A fresh save to build up the, you know what, we're doing that. So starting from episode 2, we're gonna do that. I'm probably gonna try and do maybe 2 episodes a day. They take a long time, but it's not like I'm really cutting up the gameplay. I'm gonna be showing you guys the raw gameplay. You know, I don't know, with a game like this, same as like with The Binding of Isaac, you kind of need to show the raw gameplay. You know, by the way, that's the teleporter where we'll spawn the boss, and I'll go into that in a second. But you kind of need to show the full gameplay, because a lot of the time there's stuff people will miss, and it's like, you know, even if you're on like episode 100, let's say, right? You know, there's still going to be new people coming in who are wanting to learn about it, and they're not going to go all the way back to episode 1. You know, and talking about a game like this, right now this is in early access, so when the game eventually does release, which they're planning to be in about a year's time, so if you look at the upload date of this video, this time next year, hopefully we will be in version 1.0 or later. then, you know, people are, when you go back to this, you're looking at early access gameplay, which is most likely going to be drastically different from, you know, the actual game release. So, worth noting, by the way, I'm not really aiming. You can see my cursor here, but I'm not actually looking at enemies to kill them. That's because the passive of this character is that you don't have to aim. You can't shoot unless there's a target in your sights, right? If I'm clicking here, you can probably hear it. It's not shooting. If I'm looking near a target, even though I'm aiming really far below him, it's still auto-aiming up, right? That's just what this character does, and I was too far away for that. So yeah, what we're just trying to do now is just accumulate a good amount of gold. Just to go run around, get a load of items, and see where it goes. I'm actually going to get a bundle of fireworks, just because that's going to help with killing enemies as I run around and loot, and, you know, etc. We're going to pick up a healing drone here. And now we're going to kind of ignore enemies, right? So what you really want to do is you want to find a mix between looting as much as you can, getting as much gold as you can, but also progressing. You can see in the top right there, we've got the time that we've been playing and the difficulty. We're currently in easy. Especially because we're on monsoon, by the time we get to about 5-6 minutes, we're going to be in medium. Whereas on the lowest difficulty, it would normally take, on the lowest one, I think it takes about 15 minutes, which is a lot of time to run around before the difficulty goes up. But we don't have that luxury, right? Because we're on the hardest one, so it scales up quicker. And that's for all the difficulties as well. The final difficulty, which hopefully will show in this video if I don't die, you know, in fucking 5 minutes, is... we'll see the hardest difficulty, and you'll see that it does not take long to get there, time-wise. Obviously, you need to, you know, have some experience with the game to eventually get there. It takes a while to get, you know, good enough to get there, but I mean, time-wise, it's about 30-40 minutes, I think. But yeah, so holding down tab, if you haven't binded your keys, will let you hover over your items and see what they will do, in case you don't read them when they pop up. So right now, we have the necklace. I don't know the names of a lot of these items, I just know what they do. So the necklace, which is called Monster Tooth, what that's going to do is whenever we kill a mob, it's going to drop a green orb like that, and that will heal us. I'm going to skip straight to the last one, which is the war banner, because that's what just happened. Every time we level up, this war banner drops. When you're inside this war banner, you do more damage. Simple as that. This will not ever disappear. This will stay here until you use the teleporter to go out to the next area. So this will stay pretty much the entire game. It's a really good item. It's worth noting, every item in this game stacks on itself in one way or another. So those rockets going off, that's my bundle of fireworks. And then whenever I'm out of combat, I'll start moving faster. That's my red whip. Red whip or red vine? Hold on. Red whip, yeah. I'm gonna go to the area up there. So that's what those. So now I'm moving a bit faster because I'm currently out of combat. But yeah, so. Okay. We want to move quite quick. Oh yeah, every item stacks on itself. That's what I was looking at. So the monster orb or the monster tooth. Yeah, monster tooth. The stacking that has is it will give you more health per orb. Bundle of fireworks will release more fireworks. Red whip will have you move even faster, and raid banner will have a bigger area of effect, so that you don't have to move around as much and you can still be inside your raid banner. It's really good because sometimes your raid banner won't be anywhere near the boss fight, like ours. We have one up there, we have one over there, the boss fight is down there. And my cat is currently trying to find a way up onto my bed. Come on, you can come up this way. Or you can walk under my chair, never mind. So yeah, we're actually going to activate this because it's in the boss fight. That's just a turret. We have it, but only for the duration of this level. Whereas the other ones I have, the healing drone and the gunner drone, they are mine for the rest of the game, until they die anyway. So this Shrine of Chance, you pay an amount which increases, and you have a chance to get an item from it. Sometimes they're good to hit, sometimes they're not, but you normally only want to hit them a couple times, otherwise you're kind of just wasting your money at, you know, a certain point. And you can get really unlucky, trust me. You can get really unlucky with that. So, these pods here always drop a usable item, which is a Q. Reveal or nearby interactables. This is quite nice. I've never had it before though, so I'm actually going to see how this kind of works. Alright, so we see there's one down there, we see one up there, but I know that that's a drone. We see that there, which I know is the lunar thing, and we know that's the turret. So this is the only thing we haven't actually opened. And it's another red whip. Not great. It's nice for the out of combat movement, for like running away and stuff, but yeah. So we're gonna get the boss here now, because yeah, as I say that, we go into medium. Stone Titan, not a fun boss for me. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like Stone Titan. Because his laser attack, which he is currently shooting, but is aimed at the ground for whatever reason, does a lot of damage. It has very high one-shot potential. Well, not one-shot potential, because it's like a burst, but you can't really outrun it. You kind of just have to be on the other side of a rock. So right now I'm trying to clear out these Stone Titans to make the fight a little bit easier for myself. And perfect, we got a War Banner here. Worth noting, War Banner is not a shield. It will not protect you from incoming damage. And yes, enemies can come inside of it, as you can see there. So don't use this thinking it's a shield. This is strictly more damage for you, right? So now there's only one of those left, and he's actually trying to destroy the turret over there. But yeah, he's going to shoot that beam at me. I want to move away from that. I want to try and get inside this raid banner just so I can do damage to this guy. Move around him here. So you'll see some enemies like this one here who have that blue symbol above them, and they also have a shield. The symbol is the element, and the shield is just a shield, but these are what are called elite enemies. The higher the difficulty, the further you go, the more you'll find. I don't know where the boss is. Oh, the boss is dead. Okay, boss is dead. Gunner drone killed him, or gunner turret him. So yeah, those are elites. They have more health. Obviously, they have a shield. They do more damage, but you know they reward more gold, which is quite nice. And these monster orbs aren't too bad, but once you start going up, they start becoming a bit more worthless. Right, so now the boss is dead, and once the boss dies, they drop an item, which we have here is Infusion. So what this will do is every kill we get 1 HP up to 100. Right? The way this stacks is basically like having separate infusion. So if I was to get another one, it's every kill gives me 1 health up to 200. Right? We're going to leave here because there's no more enemies, because we've killed the boss and we've completed the shield thing. All your leftover currency turns into XP. Another good reason why you shouldn't really hit the Shrine of Chance unless you need it, because that gold could be XP. But if you use the Shrine of Chance, that gold could become wasted, right? Those will just, like, those little barrels, they'll give you currency and stuff. Right, this big chest here, this big chest here, those are literally just large chests, so they have a higher chance to give you better items, but they cost twice as much as a regular chest would cost. This guy here, there we go. Then these item shots, so here we have, so the teddy bear, what that will do for us is we have a, if I remember correctly, 15% chance to not take damage when something hits us, and 15%, it's quite nice. And obviously it stacks, and every stack is another 15%. This one, when we're standing still for 2 seconds, it will start healing us. I forget the exact health amount, but the stacking effect is that it just heals you for more. And when you use the engineer, it's very, very good. And when we eventually use him, hopefully I'll be able to show you guys why it's very good. But yeah, so how much is this large chest? Let's have a look. It's 123, I think. 163. So we get a couple more kills here. There we go. We have enough now. We're going to pick this up. Taking a bit of damage here, which isn't good. Okay. So Old War Stealth Kit. Taking heavy damage will turn me invisible. The stacking effect on this is that you're invisible for long. Some of these are very, you know, obvious. It's like, well, what can it really do? Well, it can make you invisible for longer, and that's kind of it. Maybe it could reduce the threshold of damage required to turn you invisible, but I don't really think that's necessary. It's quite good as it is, to be fair. So yeah, again, what I'm doing right here is I'm just farming up some enemies. And now that we've, you know, got nearly 200 gold, we're about to get to the point where we're just going to kind of start running around, right? And that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to pop this Q. I want to know if it's map wide. By the looks of it, yes, it is map wide. That is really good for us. Really, really good. Also, this enemy is really tanky, and I don't like him. But, yeah, that's actually amazing. That's like really amazing. You can see that I just went invisible because of my Old War Stealth Kit. By the way, if you're wondering about the stats on these items, obviously you can't see them up here or anything. But in your logbook in the main menu, you can. That's where you'll be able to see it's got all the numbers, which is amazing. It's something that I really appreciate that this game has. Also, Rose Buckler. While sprinting, I take less damage. That's going to be really good for running around and looting, as you can imagine. Oh, don't want to shoot those. That was an enemy. So yeah, you can see all of these in the main menu screen in your logbook. It will tell you the amounts. I really like it because it's something that not a lot of games do. You know, a lot of games, obviously they have stats and stuff, and sometimes you'll find them online or whatever when people search them, but they don't often display them, especially in-game. So this is a 3D printer. It will randomly take one of your items and give you the item on display there, and if you ping it, it will tell you exactly what it is if you need to see the name. In this case, it's Sticky Bomb. What that is when we hit an enemy, there is a chance that a sticky bomb will attach to said enemy, and then eventually blow up, obviously. We don't really need that. So we have 2 elites spawning in here. Not exactly the best, but that's fine. So we need to keep running around and looting. I've forgotten to do that. Oh god, there's more stuff over here. I need to hurry up. I'm wasting a lot of time. Because you want to get a lot of items. Okay, another monster tooth. That's nice. Shrine of Luck there that I don't really want, but apparently there's something further down. Another usable thing. I'm going to buy it to see what it is, because if it's a black hole, we're going to take it. If it's not, we're going to hold on to our current item. It is not a black hole. It is the backup, so we'll see what it does quickly. Cool drones for backup last 25 seconds. So what we're going to do is we can't currently use it. Hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use it, and I'm going to switch to a different, switch back to that item and see if that works or not. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Right. Here we go. So we're going to pop Q here. We're going to pick this up. Yep, and the strike drones will stay. That's actually really nice for us. So we're going to use that there. We're going to drop that. Oh, I missed the elite, but that's fine. Okay, now we're just going to run around because again, this is the problem with Monsoon. We're already halfway through hard, which means if we were to do the boss right now and go through the teleporter, we'd probably go straight into very hard, because you do skip forward a little bit after every teleporter event. So you want to be very careful. And we can see there that all the strike drones are finally gone now. That's fine, it generated a bit of extra gold for us. Leeching Seed. This is kind of nice depending on who you're playing. So dealing damage heals you. It's worth noting, it doesn't work like, oh, 10% of damage dealt heals you. No, no. Every time you hit an enemy, you get 1 health back. It can be nice on people like, what's his name? I don't even remember. The robot. I need to remember these names. But multi, that's it. Multi, because what it can actually do. Ooh, okay. I've not seen this one before. Altar of Gold. I feel like it's just a better Shrine of Chance, and honestly, I want to find out. So we are actually going to do that, because you know I still have things that I need to see. I've not seen everything yet. How much is it? That's actually really expensive. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, because if it turns out we don't get an item, we've wasted a lot of gold. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to run through here, because we need to get the rest of these chests as soon as possible. And I also like picking up these drones. So anyway, oh, that wasn't a drone. Never mind. Like I was saying with yeah, so characters that shoot fast benefit a lot from the Leeching Seed. The reason I still like to have at least a couple on this character, 1, because she needs health. She really needs health. And 2, because this Arrow Storm here heals on every hit. You can see there it's healing for every hit it gets. It didn't heal much there because it was on 1 enemy, so not every arrow was even hitting it. But if we can get the black hole, I can really show off what it's capable of, because it can be very disgusting. Disgustingly good. Like, it is great. Right, let's see what else we got. So we have a couple things there and a couple things right above us. That's the shrine back there, so there's 2 things there, and then we can hit this boss. This is what I want. Lens Maker Glasses. So the 2 things I really want on this character are crit chance and attack speed. Lens Maker Glasses and another raid banner that increases the area, which is really nice. And we're going to go into this boss in just a moment. I want to clear the ads a little bit. But yeah, so what that, it gives us 10% crit and chance to crit, which is double damage, and it will give us an extra 10% for every item. So if we get 10 of those, that is an 100% chance to crit Is it worth it? If you get 10, yes. If you find a 3D printer, no. Unless you have a lot of items to waste, it's probably best if you settle for 6 or 7. That way you have more than a 50% chance to crit, you know? If you have a lot of items to waste, then I mean, sure, yeah, go for the 100. Why not, you know? But don't forget, you can also find it naturally in the world. You don't need to rely on 3D printers to get those for you. So we're a bit weak here. I'm actually gonna back out. So you can go out the area. It's worth noting the boss won't heal or anything, but you won't be charging up the teleporter. And you can see on the right hand side that you do need to charge it up. But what you can do is, if you really need a safe strat, is to fight from outside the arena and then go in well, after the boss is dead, right? So right now we're just clearing up ads because these ads are doing a lot of damage to us. And we don't have the most sustainable healing in the world, to say the least, and that's the boss there. We have made a bad decision. There we go. We'll just run away over here. That's fine. But never be ashamed to run away. At the end of the day, right, if you run away, someone can call you a pussy for running away, sure, but at the end of the day, who's living longer? Who's the real winner here, right? So, we're going to throw that up. We're going to come in. We're going to charge the teleporter a little bit. And then we're going to start doing some more boss damage. We're going to get in our raid banner here. I'm going to start hitting this boss. Right, big target. Lots of those arrows are going to hit. It's going to do a nice amount of damage. That laser, avoid it. Just avoid it. Do not even think about that laser. It does so much damage if you let it hit you for too long, especially when we start reaching the higher levels. So... And another thing is, these boss fights, while you do want to take your time, you also do want to be a little bit quick, because obviously your time is limited. Since in the top right, it's going to get harder and harder, and you need to get items, and the only way to get items is to beat the boss and move on to the next stage, you know? So, this game is really a balancing act, which is why it can be hard to make a lot of progress, because you need to take your time, but you need to move quickly, right? You know, time is not on your side. I actually want to... Okay, that launched me up way higher than I would have liked, but that's fine. I'm going to move around here. And we are getting some heals from our healing drone, though it's not a significant amount, I have to say. No, we're avoiding that. We're not letting that hit us. Back here. So it's at 99% because we just need to kill the boss. Right. We really want to go in on him here. This is a good opportunity to do some damage. And you can see we're doing quite a bit of damage. You know, nothing outstanding, but it's good, you know. Obviously, we still have our gunner drone and our missile drone, which will be able to do damage if we keep them in the boss's line of sight. But the boss is going to die here. I am going to let that hit me a bit because, there we go. So, I'm just going to pick up this item and leave. Hopu Feather gives us an extra jump. That's nice. It's quite nice. We just want to leave because we're in very hard and we're going to end up in impossible anytime now. If you look in the top right, you'll see we're on very hard and you'll see the jump. There you go, we're already on insane. Not impossible, I meant insane. My bad. And he was having a good time jumping around just a second ago. Right. Again, straight for the loot. That's what we're here for. That's what we came for. We came for loot. So... The Hopu Feather's not too bad. I don't want to say that. The Feather... 185, oh my god. The Feather's not too bad. There are better items, but it is really nice because, you know, sometimes you need that extra jump. With this character, not always as much, because the fact that this character can dash, or teleport a short distance, however you want to look at it. But it's definitely nice on some other characters who either don't have access to a dash, such as the Engineer, or could just benefit from an extra jump, you know, like the Commando, you know, you could probably benefit from an extra jump. Doesn't need it, but benefit from it. So we're going to get this item and leave. It's another Hopu Feather, okay. You see there's something back there, and again, Hopu Feather's nice. If a character couldn't dash, it'd be hard to get down. You wouldn't be able to get down, you would take so much damage, it wouldn't be worth it. Armor piercing rounds, really nice, extra boss damage, another item that we're definitely looking for throughout this run. That there is a blood shrine, you can sacrifice health to it and it will give you gold accordingly. We're not going to touch it. It can be worth it, especially if you have a lot of healing, but we don't have a lot of healing. You know, we're kind of just a fish out of water doing that. So, Here we have so the question mark is a random chance, but we see that we have lens maker glasses there. 185, that's definitely going to be something we pick up right here. So under there, I don't know if you saw that, I'll point it out quickly. Under there is a chest. If you get to this area in less than 10 minutes, that chest is yours. I don't know what's in it. I think it's just an extra chest kind of thing, but I've never been here in less than 10 minutes. I just don't really go for it, you know? So, we are in a bit of danger here, because there's a lot of stuff around. But, you know, we're getting a lot of area damage right there. We just got that. I'm hoping I hit the glasses. I did, and we're leaving. We don't want to stay there any longer than we need to. And you can hear that axe just bouncing around. It's a really neat ability, really neat ability. There we go. Soldier Syringe, increased attack speed. That is another thing that we are definitely looking for throughout this run. And right now we're just ignoring enemies. We don't really have enough for a chest, but we're ignoring enemies because there's so many that spawn that they're going to funnel, right? So here, we see there's a chest here. Throw an ability out there. Let's get one over there. Nice amount of area damage. Already, our gold spikes up, right? So not having enough gold for a chest isn't a huge issue. Here, personal shield generator. So this is one of the items that we saw in the item shop in the first level, if you guys remember. The recharging shield, this is what it is. It's nice, it gives us a shield, it recharges over time. The stacking effect, I think, gives us more shield. I don't know if it regens faster. Another soldier syringe, really nice, even more attack speed. Again, the attack speed, I don't know what the stacking on that is. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's 20% the first one you pick up, and then 10% for every extra one you pick up. Again, don't quote me on that. I think that's what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off here, throw that at him, and it's bounced over to those, which is nice. Right, so we're coming towards the end of Insane here. Just kind of picking up some final chests. I do need to look for the boss chest. Not bad. Pool's Goat Hoof. More movement speed. Can't really complain with more movement speed. Randa. Again, more glasses. I know that the teddy bear gives us, you know, a chance to not take damage. And when you're playing someone as squishy as the archer, it's definitely something you want. But I also really want that crit. Because crit also works on that rainstorm. It also works on that, you know, boomerang attack. You want it. You want crit on the archer, you know. And I mean, crit's good on a lot of characters. But some characters you don't always want to build for damage. You know, some characters you want to build for mob slaying. And sometimes I build, believe it or not, I build archer for mob slaying. You know, if you get a lot of things like Will-O-Wisp and Gasoline, and then you get a black hole with it, you know, it's definitely what you want. You know, it kind of, your build not only depends on your character, but it also depends on your starting items. You know, if you're not getting any crit or attack speed early on, you don't want to make a crit build. You know, you don't want to use a 3D printer for lens maker glasses if that's the only thing you have going for you, you know? Sometimes you just gotta work with what you have and, you know, hope for the best pretty much. So we're gonna pop this here. We see a lot of stuff over there that I'm missing, as well as here. That's just a jump pad though. Got a lot of boxes here, trying to quickly memorize what we have. I'm just gonna run through all of these. So what do we get here? Medkit, not bad. There's other items I'd rather have. Medkit's not bad. I'd definitely take it. What do we got? We got the swarm again. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so these were just the shrines and stuff. That's the boss room. So there's one more place we're gonna go for items quickly. I'm gonna go up here first. Take a damage here. I don't really care too much. Not that bad. Open up this chest. More attacks, that's amazing. Sometimes this game is your best friend, sometimes this game hates you, it kind of just depends. Another raid banner, even bigger area. It's definitely something we want. Okay. I think we're done here. That's a shrine, these are some jump pads and stuff. What? Okay, we've missed something all the way back there. I'm gonna go get it, just because, I mean, we're in Impossible anyway. I kind of want that drone, but that is really expensive. Oh, the drone's what it was pointing at, is it? Or is there something all the way back here? Oh, there's something all the way back here. Oh, that's the Luna thing though. Okay, I don't want that. Again, when we actually go to the Luna store, I'll get that and, you know, I'll show it off to you guys, but for now, we're not concerned. And also, attack speed's nice because it also speeds up the use of your abilities. You can see it, especially with higher attack speeds, that it is moving quicker. place that over there. So that, and you can see that it's just critting constantly, just crit, crit, crit. That's really what we want to see, so. Now I could be leaving, but again, I kind of want to go for that drone to show it off to you guys. And we need a lot of gold for it, so I want to just build up gold here. And, you know, with how you can see that the difficulty after impossible, you can just see IS. So that difficulty is called ICU. And that's third to last. So there's that one, there's another one, and then the final one. So, you know, we're getting so high in difficulty at this point that time isn't... When you get to the highest difficulty, you could spend 20 minutes in the same area and it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Sit forward a little bit here. Oh, okay, that's a lot of damage, so we want to be careful here. I'm going to play from a distance. They both shot at the same time, which I was not expecting. That's a really bad angle there. There we go. Hopefully my healing drain will come in here. Okay, it has. It's really nice. Throw that ability out again. Those things are targeting my drones, which isn't good, but... And not a great place to use it, but we'll use it there anyway. Lots of these guys. Oh, so here's a monster log, I believe. Yeah, monster log for the Greater Wisp. Really nice. I actually wanted that one. So monster log just gives you information on the monsters. It gives you a bit of context, and it also gives you their stats. So their health, how much they get per level, their movement speed. Really nice. It's quite nice information if you really want to dig into, you know, what information is in this game, kind of thing. I'm getting close to the amount of gold we need. I actually want to take another look. 3,712, so fairly close. Could be closer, but there we go. And that Greater Wisp has finally died. So I just want to say, during the boss fights, any chests that are outside the zone you can't use. Same with like blood shrines and what. Oh, we have enough blood shrines and whatnot. So you know, if you want to try and open all the chests before the boss fight, or at least make sure you have enough gold to open the rest of them after the boss fight. So that the TC280 prototype, that's just gonna do damage. That is there for damage. I want to sit up here for the boss. So okay, we have a magma worm. You guys are better see the magma worm. One of my favorite bosses. Not necessarily to fight, but just design-wise. There he is. There's the big boy. There's the magma worm. So he jumps up and like in and out of the ground. Every time he jumps out of the ground or he jumps into the ground, he releases like these little fireballs around him in an area. Just make sure they don't hit you, really. They're not like the most damaging things in the world, but just make sure they don't hit you. Also because they can do burn damage to you, and burn hurts in this game. If there is anything you want to avoid, it's burn damage. Just 100% avoid burn damage. It is so painful. It's the last thing you want to hit you. I want to run because this Greater Wisp is going to do a lot of damage. Greater Wisps do so much damage, which is those screen enemies. And we want to try and avoid as much of that damage as possible. So the boss is distracted with my drones at the moment, which is really nice. It's another reason that you kind of want to invest in drones. Because they can keep a boss distracted, they can do damage to a boss, you know, they're really good. And also healing drones will heal you. I want to stay out of all these lines of fire. You do move faster than them, it's worth noting. Even without the extra sprint speed. So don't worry too much, you don't need to really panic about them. But again, if you can avoid getting hit by them, avoid getting hit by them. You know, in a game where you need to not die, it's best to avoid the things that will kill you. Okay, I'm just kind of moving around. So the boss is coming over here, so I'm just trying to, you know, sort of finesse my way around the area, not die here. And we've got a raid banner here, that's really nice. Throw that out. A lot more damage. Luna coin, that's really good. The more Luna coins we get, the sooner I can show you the Luna store. You don't need a certain amount of Luna, it's just one of the characters costs 10 Luna, and you need 1 Luna to get into the store. Well, you can, sometimes it will just show up, but also I only put like 2 shots into the boss there, but it was the killing shots, so hey. And also teleport is done, so we're just gonna go straight through. We've got another infusion. That means a bit of extra health for us, which is huge. Love extra health. Especially on the archer. We don't want to die. And that, it's worth noting, that giant helicopter thing, yeah, that comes with us. So we have that for a long time. Okay, I hate these guys. These are, what are they called? There's something imps. Not greater imps. I don't know, but I hate them so much. I can't stand them. They're so tanky. They don't do a whole lot of damage, but when they get close to you and do that mashing attack there, oh my god, it hurts. Dear god, does it hurt. Like, you do not want to go up against that attack. Yeah. If you're, if you have enough health to tank it, more power to you. But like I said, the archer is not a tanky character. She is squishy. I am not supposed to be trying to take that on. So, this is a boss. As you get into these difficulties, and you can see the difficulty, so I'm coming for you, and the last one is ha 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 ha. It's literally just ha 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 for the rest of the game. Right. So we're just going to keep repeating the stages until either, we die or we beat the game, which currently there is no end game, but again, that is something that is going to be coming out at some point along the development cycle. So we're going to open both of these because it would damage the things around us and because we need items. Okay. Right, the reason I panicked and ran just then is because that lizard there, that is like a fire lizard whatever, it hurts and I have lost runs because of it before. Like, I have died in runs because of that lizard, and it is not fun to say the least. We're gonna run over, we're gonna open this up, we're gonna use this attack because they are right next to each other. Throw that over there. More lens make. This is perfect. So you can see in the top we have 5 of them. It's next to the Hopu feather towards the middle of my items. Which means that we are currently sitting at a 50% chance to crit, which is very nice. We've killed him. Oh, Imp Overlord. And I actually was able to pick that up. It says question mark, picked it up, but okay, that's weird. But yeah, so we now have his monster log as well. Really nice, and I'm kind of interested in the health he has, because he is tanky and does a lot of damage, but then again, you never really see him until these later stages, so I'm kind of curious how much health he really has, but I don't know, we'll see. So now that they're dead, I'm just going to run around and loot. It's really nice to have the bundle of fireworks, because what that will do is, the fireworks will end up killing things as we go along. Another healing drone there, and more lens maker. Dude. Like I said, sometimes this game loves you. And I just got another missile drone there. Again, these are really expensive, but they are worth it. They're very much worth it. There's also, I'll show you guys, if I can find it, I'll show you guys. There's a chance to find a legendary chest in this area. Now, I don't know if it's just this area, because I've only ever come across it in this area. I don't know if you can see it other places. It costs a lot, but it, as far as I've seen, is guaranteed to give you a red item. Every time I've opened it, I've always had a red item, which is the highest rarity of item, excluding, like, if you want to say Luna's a higher rarity, maybe, but I mean, Luna is kind of its own rarity. Oh, there's one right here, actually. Okay, I was expecting to see one under the cave, but we have actually just naturally run into one, which is really nice. That means there might be 2 then, because I've always seen it spawn in the cave, so... I have seen 2 before, and in that instance there was one in the cave, and then whenever I only find one, it's the cave one. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a moment here. So over this way. Let's see, it's over here, and there's the shrine over there. In here, yep, there's one there too. Okay, might as well go for them because again, the difficulty run, it's not going to get any harder than this, right? I mean, not really anyway. It's not really going to get any harder than this besides some tankier in it. Well, I don't even know if there's tankier. There's just kind of more of them. So honestly, we're going to end up going for them. Although I do want to get some natural chests first, so let's pop this and see what we can find. A couple things over here, a couple things over there, a couple things up there. So we're just going to run around, open all this stuff up. Get the drone there. Another infusion, that's nice because again, more health. Gonna pick up this, pick up this, pick up this. Cycle back, gasoline, that's really nice for killing things. Bundle of fireworks, we've already spoken about why that's good. Now we get more fireworks out of our, get more fireworks out of our chests. Get that. Gunner turret we're not going to buy, although we are getting to the point where buying random gunner turrets is actually worth it. I'm actually going to do that. Okay, there's that boss there, the one that I don't like, with the big laser. Okay, that went way past where I wanted it to go, but whatever. Okay, since these are right next to the boss thing, I'm going to buy them both now. If you can find them next to the boss, it's always worth buying. Like we saw in the first stage, I bought one of them, and that's because it was right near where the boss was going to be. So they're always worth buying in that case. This is for the monster tooth. Yeah, monster tooth. So again, that would mean that the orbs that we already have dropping would drop more health, but I'm not really interested in that. You know. Lens maker glasses. We are sitting at a 70% chance to crit. That's huge. Again, if you were to get it out of a 3D printer, you kind of want to stop here, because you don't need more than this. You don't. You know, it is 100% nice, yes, but you know, you don't necessarily need 100%. I don't know if anything happens over 100%, by the way. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if anything happens over 100%. I've never been over 100%. I don't know if, like, you know, you have some Warframe red crit stuff or whatever, but huge damage. Right, pop this. Where are we going next? Some stuff over there that we haven't seen. Some stuff over there we haven't seen. Okay. Oh no, that's the. Never mind. He's nearly dead, so we'll just finish him off there. Oh. There we go. Hope feather's quite nice as well, because if you don't have your dash up, then rely on that. So that bulb there that we just went past, I'll try and point it out on my way back. Just kind of seeing what we have around here. So the bulb there, what that is you spend a Luna coin to get a Luna item. But I'm not going to use it, one, again, because I'm saving up my Luna, not because it's bad or whatever, because I'm saving up my Luna. Also because the way Luna items work is you get something by sacrificing something. Like there's one which really isn't worth it, where doing damage gives you gold, but taking damage costs gold. It's not that good. It sounds like it might be good, you know, maybe if you have fast fire rate it might be good, but it's not worth it, because the way it works, that's why you don't want the fucking laser to hit you, oh my god. Because the way it works is that when you take damage either equal to the amount of damage or the percent of health lost, whatever number turns out bigger. So, you know, it takes as much health as it possibly can from you. But you get gold every time you hit an enemy, but a 3%. You have a chance to get 3 gold. So it's not worth it. You're shooting them for a chance to get 3 gold, and they're shooting you for guaranteed, at some point, hundreds of gold. You know, I have 720 health. Something hits me 500, that's 500 gold gone. You know, and yes, I'm at 3,500, but think about it. The more that you get hit by those kind of shots, the more you lose. You know, it works out to really not be worth it. But that's how Luna items work. I don't know if there's any that are worth it, because I've not come across a load of Luna items. Again, saving my Luna. But there you go. Just kind of trying to find some final chests here. Usually there's a chest or two up here. But it doesn't look like there is. Okay. I'm gonna use this. See what final. Okay, apparently there's something there that we missed that we'll go back and look. There's something over there, and then these are just like the gold chests and shrines and stuff. Okay. So we're gonna head over there, then we're gonna head over to the other rock, and then we'll loop around. Okay, it said there was something here, but it doesn't look like there is. Apologies if it's really dark. I think it's actually brighter for you guys than it is for me, but hopefully that wasn't too dark though. Right, let's go to the alleged item over here. I apparently have walked past. Oh, it's a drone. Okay, green drone, nice. Right, now we're just gonna slay some enemies until we have enough to pick up those big boy golden chests. this enemy is not done. He's close enough to the edge to where we can actually hit him with that, which is nice. Did not mean to take that much damage, but oh well. That one's dead. Looked like he dropped something, but I don't know what it is. So we don't have bandolier, so I have no idea what that item was actually. I don't like those fucking lizards. Don't like them. Not one bit. Not one bit. This might be GG if I can't get out of here. But it looks like we're going to be able to. I'm still not fighting those though. I still want to run away. Put that up there and let's go. We're almost at 5,500, so we're going to be picking up our first red item here shortly. Again, just kind of killing some stuff. Hopefully not ourselves though. Again, leeching seed, we only have one. It would be better if we had more, but we only have one, and that's part of the reason why, you know, it's really not doing much for us. Another healing drone here, definitely want that, and you can see that the red whips just kicked in there. So we started moving much faster. Gonna drop that on them, that's gonna be huge. Throw that, it's gonna bounce between them, that's one dead, that is two dead. Really nice, and now we're gonna go pick up our first red item. Ooh, nice. Right, hard light afterburner. So our utility skill get 2 charges and reduce cooldown. Your utility skill is, for most characters, their dash. I say for most because obviously some characters don't have a dash, but for those who do, that's what this is for. And I love it on Archer because it allows you to do stuff like this. Which is really neat for getting out of really sticky situations. So you have 3 of those, which is nice. Okay, we want to move a little bit here because we have a lot of these things shooting at us. Hopefully it bounces between them. It has. So those things there, there's actually a challenge to get them to run themselves off the map. There's only a couple stages you can actually do that on, like physically do that on. I've not done it yet because I've not really had the opportunity to, and the one time I did have an opportunity to, I wasn't actually thinking about it. But note that that is something you can do to do one of your challenges and unlock a new item. And you can see all your challenges and stuff. After this run, I'll show you guys, you know, where you see all the challenges and whatnot, but you see these drones really nice, really, you know, keeping me topped up on health here and there, which is huge. So again, we know where the boss is, it's just there, and we have turrets there for when we're going to the boss. But we're just building up gold because we want to get more red items, because they are very good. They are the highest rarity in this game for a reason, you know. So apparently these turrets don't want to work. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but sometimes turrets kind of just stop working. Yeah, I've experienced it with Engineer, where sometimes I need to redeploy my turrets because they just kind of stop working. Ah, great place. And you can see the size of this war banner is much bigger than what we started with, because obviously we've stacked them up. You know, we have 3 at the moment. Yeah, taking a bit of damage here. Use this to kind of escape a little bit. Yeah, messed that up. Let's go ahead on. So yeah, I know we talked about leeching seed a couple times, but another nice thing about it is that obviously as enemies get tankier, you know, the more you can hit them, the more health you'll actually get out of them. Okay, so I've seen the cause of our problem, and a magma worm has spawned. So I want to kill as many of these as possible because these are what are shooting those bombs like cross map, really hurting us. So Yeah. The only time lunar items are worth it, well, a good time to get lunar items is when you want to know what they do. You know, the way you're going to learn what they do, unless you obviously look it up, is by actually acquiring them in-game. And then once you know what all of them do, then you can start buying them, because then you know which ones are worth picking up, which ones are. Because you can't drop items in this game, right? You know, it's something worth noting. You can't drop items. The only items you can drop are usable items, but you need to find another usable to pick up to drop your current one. So, speaking of which, eventually we will be getting rid of this usable, even if it's not for a black hole, just because this usable has served its purpose, you know. We needed to find a lot of chests early game. We're not in early game anymore. There's no real need to have this item around. It's still a good item. It always will be a good item, especially early on. But we're kind of at that point where we don't need it anymore, you know. So get used to shooting and jumping. By the way, one reason I love the archer and why I recommend a lot of people play the archer when they get her is because she doesn't have to aim. That means you can focus on your movement, jumping around. You don't have to focus on hitting the enemies. Whereas all the other characters that obviously do have to aim, and there is a melee character, you know, you need to do 2 at a time. And a lot of people who play a lot of games are used to shooting, but they're not as used to having to, you know, focus on so much movement. So I like the archer because, one, you can run and shoot at the same time, which is something unique to her. But then also because it allows you to get used to the movement without having to dive straight into the deep end, you know. So it's one of the reasons I play archer a lot. Take out all those bombers because they are a pain. I've just realized how much money we have, so we're gonna head over to the cave, and we definitely want to kill this magma worm before we start the boss. Okay, I know I said all the red items are really good. Most of the red items are good. This isn't one of the best red items, but it is a red item and it is good. So when I kill an enemy, when that eventually happens, there you go. It makes this frost ring around me, which I believe slows enemies, but also damages them. So you'll see that these ones are taking damage. It's not bad. It gets, you know, it gets enemies out of your personal space. A lot of things here. A lot of things here. Gonna dash out. Because we have so much gold, I'm gonna hit this a couple times. No, we have so much gold. Might as well. Yeah, you can see there. Got nothing. Hit it again. Got nothing. Hit it again. Oh, we're rewarded this time. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but this is exactly what I wanted. Primordial black cube. I'm going to show you guys why I love this item so much. And we actually did get another item. We got gasoline, which is going to mix really well with this cube. Let me show you guys right here why I love this item. Right, we'll go here. Do that. Look at that. It's incredible. You know, that will get your health back very quickly if you're using a leeching seed. The more you have, the quicker you'll get it. But that is... It's just such an incredible item. Especially with the archer, with that ability you have, it just synergizes so well. We actually want to try and get rid of this magma worm now so we can fight this boss. So we've been running around for a while and not really focusing on the magma worm. Oh shit, I don't mean to hit that one. I meant to hit that. So, we're probably coming close to the end of the run here. Just because I feel like I will... Obviously I will eventually die, and I feel like it's gonna end up being fairly soon. I don't... You know, I've only been playing a short while. I don't play on... I recently have been playing on Monsoon, but I don't have that many runs. And I do have a good amount of time in this game, since, you know, for one run takes so long anyway. After you do a few runs, you already have a load of time in this game. I need to dash out of here. I'm just going to dash across the way here. Again, that's why it's so nice to have, you know, that shortened dash timer. And worth noting, Primordial Cube comes back really quickly. Like, there is not much downtime with Primordial Cube. Go for another one there. And again, you guys are going to see just how good Primordial Cube is. I say that and I die. I don't know what hit me. Brass contraption. Huh. Well, I was going to show you how good it is, but I mean, you guys saw earlier, and I need to clip that moment on stream where I just spammed Primordial Cube, and it was crazy, but yeah. So there we go. You can see a summary of all your points here. Gold collected, 37,500, 37 items, 3 stages complete, and that's another thing. 3 stages complete, and that run was 51 minutes long. You know, sometimes you just don't progress through stages as fast, but, you know, it's about once you get through the first few stages, you know, especially on this stage when you can get those legendary chests. You know, they're expensive, but they give you really good stuff. And honestly, there's loads of things better than these two that we could have got, and I'll show you guys some of them in just a second here. But yeah, so we see that we got these entries. These don't give us items; they're just entries, and we'll have a look at them. But yeah, highest level 19, so that's your character level, which would have been in the bottom left the whole game. Most damage dealt in one hit, 1,111. I do have the one for hitting over 5,000 damage in one hit, and I did that with the archer using Primordial Cube. It's worth noting. I did that with Huntress with Primordial Cube. So this character definitely recommend for new players. Commando obviously very simplistic. He's definitely a good one for new players as well. I can't really say much about multi. I've only played him once or twice, and I'm not that good with him. I don't know. I'm kind of just not a huge fan of him, but I know that people love him, and he does have insane damage. Mercenary, I've not played at all yet, but I've heard that he's really hard to play, so I'm sort of just waiting to kind of ease my way into him. Engineer, he's fun. He's a fun meme. Honestly, you want to have a really good time, play Engineer, put down both your turrets, sit inside your bubble shield, and just throw out some grenades. And the pressure mines, I guess, just throw them around every now and again. But yeah, we will eventually show him off. Again, since I might be doing 2 episodes a day, I'm going to be making a new profile, which means that I am going to have to play Commando, but that's fine. That was kind of just to show off the game, what it is, and show off my favorite character, at the moment anyway, the Huntress. But let's have a look at the logbook here. So, I'm going to go to Monster quickly. So we now have the entry for Greater Wisp. You can move it around with left click. You can look behind and all that stuff, holding right click and then zoom in and out. So yeah, here we go. 750 plus 225 per level. That's an insane amount of health. That is Jesus. I've been killed by one of them. I've never killed an elite Greater Wisp because I've never seen, worth noting, I've never seen an elite Greater Wisp. I don't ever want to see an elite Greater Wisp. But yeah, damage 15 plus 3 per level. I don't know, those orbs do a lot of damage, unless that's just because it scales quickly, I don't know. But yeah, and they're also quite slow. And then we also got the Imp Overlord. I hate these things. What? Yeah. I mean, again, they are a boss. That's weird. 2,800 plus 840.0001. Why is there that 0.0001 added on? I don't know. Speed, they're quite slow again. They're not that slow. They're decent speed, but they can teleport. So, killed 19, killed by 1. I've never even seen an elite Imp Overlord. I don't even know if they exist because it's a boss, but maybe. There are elite bosses, so maybe, yeah. Items and equipment. Let's have a look here. So this was the first time I ever saw the backup. So there we go. Cool. 4 strike drones to fight for your last 25 seconds. Not much to say. These don't stack because they're equipment. You can only have 1 anyway. Not true. Multi can hold 2, but they don't stack. It's just you have 2 things. Let's see. Radar scanner also. So to get that, you need to do Bookworm. It says there unlocks requires Bookworm, which is to collect 10 months or environment logs, which is quite nice. So looking at the red items, it's all these items here with the red background. Again, some really nice one. Happiest Mask, 10% chance to spawn a ghost of the enemy killed with 500% damage. So you kill 10 enemies, one of them should turn into a ghost. It will do 500% damage. It will go around killing other enemies for you. It will last 30 seconds. The stacking effect is that it lasts longer. It's hard to stack red items though. It's rare that you'll find multiple of them. Another really good one, Brilliant Behemoth. This is amazing. all your attacks explode in a 4-meter radius, 1.5 per stack, for a bonus 60% damage to nearby enemies. This is outstanding. I can't express how much I love Brilliant Behemoth. Alien Head, really nice, reduces all your cooldowns by 25, plus 25 per stack. Headset, not too bad. It does an explosion which does 2300% base damage, and it recharges in 10 seconds, minus 50% per stack. So yeah, you get minus 50% per stack. So if you get 3 of these, there's no cooldown to it. Really good. And also stops taking full damage. But yeah, and then we've got the usables here. Primordial Cube is really good. Foreign Fruit is really good. Disposable Missile Launcher is not that bad. Proud Thunder can do a lot of damage. Raw Capacitor is really good in the early game. These are Lunar items. Hellfire Tincture. Basically, you do a load of burn damage to enemies, but you also do burn damage to yourself and teammates as a sacrifice. This one is the one I was talking about before, where you lose gold as part of a sacrifice. That's pretty much it. You've got some other stuff. You can get environment logs, which you buy when you're in the area if you find the like sonar thing that you can buy to get the log. All the challenges are here. Yes, I've not done Flawless or Keyed Up yet. I will do those. I just haven't had a chance to. I've not done the attack speed one. You can see I've hit the 300% movement speed. And 5,000 damage in one shot is there, but I've never actually got the item you get for it yet. So, still waiting to see that. Anyway, yeah. So, that's been Risk of Rain 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A nice little look into Risk of Rain. Next episode, which am I going to record now? Yeah, I'm going to go record the next episode now. We're going to be on a new profile, which means that we will only have Commando. But it should be some fun. I will probably release both of these on the same day. We'll see. They take a while to upload, but while I'm writing my blog, which link will be in description to the writing, or to the blog even, I'll have these uploading, some music playing as I usually do. But yeah, my throat is starting to really hurt, so I'm gonna get a drink before I go and record the next episode. Anyway, that's been Risk of Rain. Been Relentless Animated. Thank you to all of you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.